All right, so I haven't. I'm going to practice on the Forbidden Forest song here in a little bit, but I'm not going to shoot a video of it. But I just kind of wanted to show something that I'm thinking about here. So I've got like 3 video game pieces that I've tried to learn. No, 4 technically, but one of them was way beyond my ken. I knew it was way beyond, but I just wanted to figure out what the notes were, but I had to learn it a little bit. And that was the Super Mario Brothers 2 Overworld, which I can't play at this point. That's a goal to get to that point because that's kind of ragtime. I would like to be able to do that. It would be cool. What happens with someone like me learning piano here is this is somewhat intermediate to advanced knowledge of music by experience, but especially when it comes to piano, a lack of rudiments. Like, I understand the concepts. I was just watching the tutorial video, getting the right, turns out there's fingerings on piano, and I kind of figured that, but I'm learning some different new ones, and hopefully we'll be able to keep these in memory and muscle memory eventually to where I can do things. So anyways, but like the tutorial talking about syncopation, it's like, yeah, I know about syncopation. It has to do with you've got a rhythm you're doing here, and there's going to be a like, I understand that. But as far as, playing, if I was playing drums, first thing I would have to do, I mean, yeah, I can keep a beat, and I can try and imitate some fills and patterns and stuff, but you got to get your rudiments in, and I'm going to sound ignorant, because the only ones I can remember are flams and paradiddles, but there's a whole set of rudiments and rhythms that you have to do, and as a bass player, I never had those either. That was one of those, I was like, well, rhythm just means not playing lead, like, So, I think that what happened was I sat down today and I hammered out what I'm about to play, but it was transposed down full step. And I may yet, depending on what this song turns out to be, if my hands hurt too much trying to play this, I may transpose to something that's easier to play as far as using white keys versus blacks or whatever. Because it's... At least as far as the first part. Now, it could turn out that I decide I want to play the second part, which is kind of jazzy and dancey, and find out that the transposed down version is not good for that. That'll happen a lot too. So anyways, I'm taking the advice of the tutorial, and it says to just get this left-hand part down until you can just do it in your sleep. So... try and get a good shot for you here. Get that down until I can do that with complete confidence in the repetition, because the other part goes and I'll show you what I'm doing here. This guy showed it on this tutorial. It's some HD something I can't remember. There we go. Yeah, you can see my hands are just barely big enough to do this, and my dad was a better pianist than I am at this point. My dad had smaller hands than me. It's crazy. So anyways, practice makes perfect. Rudiments are all important, including things like hand shapes, syncopation rhythms, and the ability to do things. Once you get those finger movements and hand shapes remembered and good, that makes everything else easier, I believe. That seems to be the case here. So that kind of stretching and what I'm doing there should make me a little bit better able to figure out how I want to play the Forbidden Forest theme, or between that, the Song of Storms, and the Bubble Bobble, would put me in a position to, I think, be able to pull off something roughly resembling the Super Mario 2 song, because I just always loved that one, and there's a reason I loved it. It's because it's an amazingly, excellently written piece of music, and unfortunately, it is full-on ragtime, and what that means is you're bouncing from... You'd be playing a chord, something down here where you'll have to hit... You're not just hitting this note and hitting a chord up here on the same thing, right? But you're doing that going bum, 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 bum. Jesus. There we go. And while you're doing that, it's... Let me just... That's hard. So that takes practice, but eventually you start getting the... But at this point, I don't have in, you know, the wrist, shoulder, and elbow or whatever of the muscle memory to just be able to make those jumps without really screwing it up bad. And you kind of hear me do that sometimes in the Song of Storms. So anyways, this has gone on far too long.